about to go do about to go on these reports on the deaths of Sheldon Reynolds. Sheldon Reynolds is one of those people I knew I have already that was from this group called these groups had to be Earth, Wind and Fire and the Commodores. So last Tuesday he passed away. So I gotta find out why. We're going straight to the we're looking into the depths of Sheldon Reynolds and Anime Bullock, aka Tina Turner. We're going to hold on, man. Where's the what's the report? Oh man, this is after that shit. Okay, let's look at the see this live show here. We'll go look into the news regarding the death of this man, Sheldon Maurice Reynolds. He was known for being in groups like Earth, Wind and Fire and the Commodores. Well, Sheldon Reynolds have already knew have he already knew Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie was hurting when Sheldon Reynolds died Tuesday. But that hurt Lionel. That hurt Lionel, man, to his heart. I mean, that hurt him. That hurt him though. That hurt him. That cut him deep. Cause he heard everything else about what happened to the guy. Even though even though at that point, Lionel Richie, he knew the guy. You know what I mean? Everything goes way deep to the heart. So we're going straight in on the in this in the video. I'm about to go. Well, I'm gonna play this for you too. I'll play this for y'all. Uh, Same thing I did with the video I played for y'all yesterday. Listen. Nope. Let's skip this motherfucker. Oh man, why they had to play this for me about who was that guy? Why they had to play this fucking video? Why the fuck you all play this video for me for no reason? That was regarding Patrick Clark, who's formerly known as the Velveteen Dream. Come on, man. But there's a little the video they played. So we're going into this now because okay, it's called Legend Lost. Sheldon Reynolds, dead at the age of 63. He's a guitarist and a vocalist to be remembered as rare talent from Earth, Wind and Fire, and the Commodores. Let me go read this to y'all. Uh, Previous Tuesday, Sheldon Reynolds, who was an ex-vocalist and lead guitarist for the iconic band Earth, Wind and Fire and the Commodores, has died at the age of 63 years old. At the age of 63 years old, Reynolds' death was announced by his former Earth, Wind and Fire bandmate Philip Bailey. They don't know how to spell Philip. They don't know how to spell Philip. It's Philip Bailey, not Philp. But it got announced Wednesday on social media. It got announced on social media. You know, after he died on Tuesday. Yesterday he probably did. Philip Bailey probably announced it. So there's a picture of Sheldon. He was standing there right by the he was standing there while he was getting his picture taken. See, there's a picture of him when he was performing. He was performing like 28 years ago. 28 years ago, he was performing at the Shoreline Amphitheater in California. There's a picture of him with Philip Bailey and Maurice and Verdine White. Verdine and Maurice White. He was seen with them. See, this news of the Sheldon Reynolds transition is very sad for all of us who knew and worked with him. Philip Bailey had wrote this in a Facebook post. He said that Sheldon vocally had raced down. That's what Maurice said when he hired Sheldon to share the vocals and play guitar. Bailey said this, referring to the founder and a co-lead singer of the band, Maurice White. Sheldon was an excellent addition to the band, a great writer and a producer, and genuinely kind and loving person. He will be missed. Considered a young prodigy at the age of 12, Reynolds began his musical career immediately after graduating from the UC, the University of Cincinnati. So he embarking on his first tour with Millie Jackson, who happened to be a singer, and he later joined the R&B band Sun, with whom he recorded 3 albums. In '83, Reynolds' career reached new heights after joining the funk and soul band the Commodores. Well, that's the band that Lionel Richie was in. He was featured on their 1985 album called Night Shift, and their 1986 album is called United. After 4 years with the Alabama founded group, Reynolds joined Earth, Wind and Fire as their lead. Yeah, that's what he joined. Sheldon Reynolds, he joined Earth, Wind and Fire as their lead guitarist and vocalist. That's what he just did. He was the lead vocalist and guitarist. Co-vocalist and guitarist, I think. And we're going into we're heading into the death of Tina Turner. I'm glad to mix it up with this. let's mix up with this then. I know what, man. Hell with this. Hell with this. I'm going to go. I'm gonna go on to Tina Turner. The other one I'm going to is CNN. I'm going to CNN. This is where we're going, folks. This is what we're all going with. We're heading to CNN. Oh yeah, this happened on. Yep, this is yesterday. This is yesterday's news. This is yesterday's news that we're looking at. Uh, this is what we had to. This is what I had before us to play, folks. This too. Too bad. Music icon Tina Turner passed away. Her solo works includes studio albums and live. Hold on, hold on. Let me explain this shit. Her solo works included 10 studio albums, 2 live albums, 2 soundtracks, and 5 compilations. That's what these are. These are the songs that made Anime Bullock, aka Tina Turner, into an icon, a legend. Turner's career. Let me tell you about this. Turner's career has spanned 6 decades and sold more than 100 million records. That's what she does in her career. Her biggest hit, What's Love Got to Do with It, reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and won Grammy for the Record of the Year. The song lent its name into Turner's 1993 biographical film starring actress Angela Bassett. Turner's cover of The Best from her 1989 album Foreign Affair climbed into national charts in American soil. Singer, the singer also appeared on the blockbuster movies like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome with Mel Gibson. The 1985 film features her song We Don't Need Another Hero. She was inducted as a solo artist into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2021. As you see in the news. Okay. Let me explain this to y'all for a minute after I play this little 1 minute and 38-second video. Legendary singer Tina Turner has died after a long illness. Her family said in a statement. That was on Wednesday. That's yesterday. My cousin told me this yesterday. After I got done doing the Billy Graham, after I got done with the news regarding Billy Graham's death on May 17th. They said that Anna Bullock, aka Tina Turner, has died after a long illness. Her family said this in a statement. yesterday. She was 83 years old. 83 years old. That's why I got the book. I had the book. I feel it was upstairs in my room. Oh, I don't want to be able to show that book because it'll be too depressing. Because I kept that book. I wanted to keep it though. I had to keep it. Same thing I did with the Tupac book and the Elvis book. I keep it. Well, Tina Turner, whose real name was Anna Mae Bullock, she was known as the Queen of Rock, the Queen of Rock and Roll. Turner's mega hits included Proud Mary. Well, it's Proud Mary. That means rolling down the river. What's love got to do with it? And the best. She began her career as the lead singer of the review that she had created, that Ike had created with her. I feel it's called the Ikeettes. With her ex-husband, before becoming a solo performer, the tributes have poured in from the likes of Oprah Winfrey, Angela Bassett, and Mick Jagger. No, the stars are reflecting on the legacy and the impact of Tina Turner with CNN. The iconic singer died peacefully yesterday at the age of 83. Her family has said this. Singer and actress Shirley Ralph. This is Shirley Ralph via Skype, I think. It wasn't even Debbie. It wasn't even Shirley Ralph. It's Debbie Allen. It's Debbie Allen. I think she was in an interview with Wolf Blitzer. That's the interview with Wolf Blitzer. I ain't want that. It's a picture of them uh, via Skype. So Shirley Ralph. Let me tell you about this. Shirley Ralph. Remember her as her appearance on the distinguished gentleman with Eddie Murphy, and she was on Moesha, the TV show, the old UPN network, which was now My Network. Ralph called Turner an icon, a queen, a dynamic, electrifying performer. Yeah, electrifying performer, which that she has said. That's what she called Tina Turner, whose real name was Anna Bullock. Every time now when I hear, oh, that's what let me read this in her words, because I did not even know what she was going to say. Every time now when I hear what's love got to do with it, I keep thinking in terms of her passing. It's got everything to do with it. This was an artist who did truly who was let me say this again. This was an artist who was truly deeply loved, and who loved what she did for the business, for the music business, getting up on that stage and turning it on for her audience. Ralph told CNN's Wolf Blitzer Wednesday. Well, that's yesterday. I mean, Tina Turner, that's a one in a million type artist. Well, this is a picture of a Wolf Blitzer, and not Shirley Ralph, Debbie Allen. Anybody remember her? And she's like a sister of actress Felicia Rashad. Yesterday, she was doing an interview with. She had to conduct an interview with Wolf Blitzer. you know, about the legacy of Tina Turner, uh, whose real name is Anna Mae Bullock. Anna Mae Bullock. So this is from like yesterday. So the thing is about Tina Turner's legacy. This is what Debbie Allen would say. Debbie Allen. Let me tell you about Deborah Allen, who was the sister of Alicia Rashad, had called Turner's hit song "Proud Mary." Well, it's a rolling down the river like song. It's a song like it's like rolling down the river. This "Proud Mary" means rolling down the river. An anthem for young black women. She was like the divine feminine incarnate. This incredible black woman. Hold on. Let me read this. I'll tell this fan. Because actress, dancer, and choreographer Debbie Allen called Turner's hit song Proud Mary an anthem for the young black women. She was like the divine feminine incarnate. This incredible black woman who was a rock star. Allen told Blitzer of Turner she jumped just like jumped across the labels of what type of music she was supposed to be singing. She made it what it was. Allen added Allen started adding that Turner is an inspiration to millions of people around the world and will always be. One of the last surviving members of the original Pointer Sisters group, Ruth Pointer, said this. She began saying this yesterday, that she began to weep upon learning of the passing of Tina Turner. I loved her so much. In my opinion, she was my queen in the music industry. She was my queen. She was my queen. This what Pointer did tell Erin Burnett from CNN. She said that I wanted to be her. You know, I tried to be her. I tried to be her with my sisters. Pointer, who had worked with Turner and other music legends on the 1985 "We Are the World" song, recalled seeing Turner perform several times, one which being that after Pointer had graduated from high school. What Pointer said about the performance: I was never the same after that. This Ruth Pointer, Brian Adams, and Erin Burnett. Brian Adams have already spoke to Turner's character and said this. She was not only really kind to me in the beginning. That's what Adams told Burnett. Adams told Burnett this. She was not only really kind to me in the beginning, but just fabulous to work for. Adams recorded, who had recorded the 1985 duet "It's Only Love." Yeah, that's what it means. It's only love with Turner, and who wrote her award-winning 1986 hit called "Back Where You Started." Said that being on tour with Turner was unbelievable. She asked me to come. She was asking me to come and be her support act in Europe. Back in 1985, it changed everything. It changed everything for me. as a solo performer. Adams has said that it really opened up everything, and I will never ever be able to not participate, articulate how grateful I am for her for that. Man, the thing is about these legends, man. There's no bringing these people back, bro. There's no bringing these people back. There's no bringing them back because you know how these people have been. This sucks bad for everybody else to be there. I already told my cousin about Billy Graham, superstar Billy Graham's death. And then my cousin told me about the death of Tina Turner. He ain't told me anything else about Sheldon Reynolds from those groups. From those groups. It sucked so bad that he ain't told me anything about this about a male artist that died, but he told me about Tina Turner and instead telling me about Sheldon Reynolds, who was an artist, who was a vocalist and a guitarist that was from those two groups, like the Commodores and Earth, Wind and Fire. These are two groups that that Reynolds has been with. He been to this game ever since he was a kid. You know what I mean? Ever since he was 12 years old, he's been in this music shit. But you never even know when it's going to start between this and that and other. You can't go nowhere without that type of shit. Can't roll with that much drama. How grateful can you be for it for that woman, Tina Turner, after all of this shit? Fuck, I'm sorry to turn to Jim fucking Cornette. I'm sorry to turn to Jim Cornette drinking fucking Sprites and 7-Ups for no reason. What the fuck? I'm supposed to be drinking a fucking front porch lemonade and I had to start drinking 7-Up and everything. Yep. This shit happened with about Tina Turner. Ex-president Barack Obama. That's what I know about. Barack Obama, who was an ex-president of the United States and ex-first lady Michelle Obama. Ex-first lady Michelle Obama, his wife, they released a joint statement together yesterday following the death of Tina Turner. Following the news of the death of Tina Turner. Tina Turner was like raw. She was powerful. She was unstoppable, and she was unapologetically herself, speaking and singing her truth through joy and pain, triumph and tragedy. They wrote this. They have written and said, today we join fans and around the world in honoring the queen of rock and roll and a star whose light will never fade. Here are the times Turner had made history. Aside from her talent, Tina Turner has also made history over the course of her decades-long career. Here are some of the iconic singers made history. Her comeback as a solo artist in her 40s back in the days, although she didn't like the song. She hated it at first. and had to be talked into recording it. What's love got to do? 44, the oldest female artist to score a number one hit. Turner was the first black artist and the first female artist to be featured on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. According to the music publishing company BMG, her solo works included 10 studio albums, 2 live albums, 2 soundtracks, and 5 compilations, which in total have sold more than 100 million records. This is the pictures that came from Rolling Stone. You know, Tina Turner was the first woman to appear on the cover of Rolling Stone. That's their second issue. Rest in peace to a legend and an icon. There's pictures of Tina Turner all them years ago. Turner was also among a handful of artists to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice. Turner was the first inducted into the organization alongside her ex husband and musical partner Ike Turner in the early '90s. She was later inducted in like 2 years later. That was like that was 2021. She was inducted as a solo artist in 2021. So, and then Oprah shares the tribute, the Tina Turner tribute. It says, our forever goddess of rock and roll." Oprah had reflected on her friendship with Tina in a tribute that shares at her official Instagram account that Winfrey is writing this. Oprah is writing this in a post caption that she had started out as a Tina Turner fan. Then she was like this full on groupie that she was following her from show to show around the country, that she was with the two of them. Because this with the two of them, with the both of them, eventually becoming friends like besties. She is like a forever goddess of rock and roll who had contained a magnitude of the inner strength, the inner strength that grew throughout her life. She was like a role model, not only for Oprah especially. She did not know existed. She wrote this in a post featuring pictures of both of them, of the two of them together over those years. Once that that she claimed that it's once that what Turner did. She claimed freedom, her freedom of years of domestic abuse. Her life became a clarion call for the triumph. I'm grateful that, I mean, that's what it says. I'm grateful, which that she says. Hold on. I don't want to overcharge my shits. Once she claimed her freedom for the years of the domestic abuse, her life had become a clarion call for the triumph. I'm grateful for her courage, for showing us what victory looks like. Wearing Manolos and a leather miniskirt. She once shared with me. She once shared with me that when her time came to leave this earth, she would not be afraid, but excited and curious, because she had learned how to live surrounded by her beloved husband Erwin and friends. I am a better woman. I am a better woman, a better human, because her life touched mine. Her life touched mine. She was indeed simply the best. That's what Oprah just wrote. There's a picture of Oprah and Tina. There's a picture of Oprah and Tina on stage. I mean, you get more stuff you see on Instagram. See all the classics you have seen of her and Oprah dated back years. So this is them when they met. this is them after they met. This is the history that these two have met. They sit there with some they sit there with some some finger foods and some drinks. They hugged. They hugged for minutes. They just started hugging for a few minutes, you know. And she sat there with with a few people. She sat there. She sat there, need to be interviewed. Man, that's enough of this. So let's see. There's Oprah with Tina for the last time they stood there together. That's the last time they stood there together. The legacy that Oprah had stood alongside Tina. I ain't feel like reading all this because I don't want to waste all these hours. I don't want to waste the whole hours there. Oh, this is what President Biden have already offered the condolences on the death of global music icon Tina Turner. Had Coleman, the late musician, a once in a generation talent that changed American music forever. That's what Biden calls Tina Turner, a once in a lifetime generation talent. Once in a generation talent that had changed music forever, American music forever. Before she was like rock and roll world. She was like rock and roll royalty, the queen of rock and roll. Tina Turner was a farmer's daughter in Tennessee as a child. Well, her real name was Anna Bullock. As a child, she sang in the church. She sang in the church choir before becoming one of the most successful recording artists of all time. He wrote in a statement yesterday that he said that Jill and I, his wife Jill, and him had to send their love and prayers to Erwin, who had to be Tina Turner's husband. Who had to be Tina Turner's husband. The rest of the Turner family and fans around the world who are mourning yesterday for the woman they agreed was simply the best. I don't want to sing simply the best because I'm scared. I don't want people to hear me sing. Yeah, simply the best. I think I heard her song. I was watching the commercials, the T-Mobile commercials, and I don't want to hear is one of her songs being played in a commercial for T-Mobile. Why would T-Mobile play on commercials and they had to play one of Tina Turner's songs in a commercial? There's some pictures here. A trailblazer, trendsetter, and icon, Tina Turner will leave behind a rich legacy of culture of her contributions to the music industry. The resilient singer said that professionally, some of her happiest moments were when she was performing her hit songs live. Her hit songs live. This is what's been said here. It says, one of my early career goals. Hold on, let me rephrase because I burped again. Because I drank way too much of this 7-Up shit. One of my early career goals was to become the first Black woman to fill stadiums around the world, she told NBC's Today Show in 2021. At the time, it seemed impossible, but I never gave up. And I'm so happy I made that dream come true. You see the look Here's a look back at Turner's life and career over the years. This is the picture of her in '86 when she performed in the UK. This is her when she was with Ike Turner, rest in peace, back in the '60s in Texas. This is her in the late 1970s with that winged costume that she had on. There's Turner on stage in the Netherlands, back in 1982. She was on stage. There's Turner in it says Turner in 1988 in Brazil, sitting there she was sitting there in a Brazilian football field. It was a Brazilian field, I think. The grass was already cut, so she's sitting there with her high topped sandals, and the dress that she had on. This is Turner in 1990 in France. This is Turner in France. In a concert that was in 1990. There's Turner rehearsing a song performance in a film. What's Love Got to Do with It in 1993. This came out the same year as Poetic Justice and 6 Degrees of Separation and Menace to Society. That came from the Buena Vista Pictures Everett collection. This is Tina Turner with Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett is learning what Tina Turner has taught her all those years. That was used for the What's Love Got to Do with It film in '93. Here comes Tina at the halftime show in late January 2000 in Georgia. She sings as part of the halftime show at the Super Bowl. What do you see? The closing here of this one? Hold on. I don't want to be bothered and buzzed around. There's a picture of the flowers that a person had placed on the star of Tina Turner on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in California. That was like yesterday. The floral wreath was placed on the star of Tina Turner on the Hollywood Walk of Fame yesterday afternoon. Fans have gathered near her star following the news of her passing. It says, "I'm very blown away right now. All of us are my family. We loved Tina Turner." Adrian Rojas, who was a Tina Turner fan since the 1970s, had told CNN while visiting the late musician's star, the great legs, the best voice, and all the moves that you can get. She had them all. She's the best. According to the California Landmarks website, Turner received a star during an induction ceremony on late August of '86. Late August of '86, that was August 28th of that year. Yep, Angela Bassett pays tribute to her. That's already there. That picture, I've seen that one. Actress Angela Bassett, who was nominated for an Academy Award for her portrayal of Tina Turner in a 1993 biopic, What's Love Got to Do with It, paid tribute to Turner in a shared statement with CNN on Wednesday. "How do we say farewell to a woman who owned her pain and trauma and used it as a means to help her change the world? through her courage in telling her story. Her commitment to stay the course in her life. No matter what, the sacrifice and her determination to carve out a space in rock and roll for herself and for others who look like her. Wrote this already. Bassett wrote this yesterday. Tina Turner showed others who lived in fear what a beautiful future filled with love, compassion, and freedom should look like. Her final words to me, for me, were "You never mimicked me." That's the words. You never mimicked me. Instead, you reached deep into your soul, found your inner Tina, and showed her to the world. I shall hold these words close to my heart. For the rest of my days, I am honored to have known Tina Turner. I am humbled to have helped show her to the world. So on today, while we mourn the loss of this iconic voice and presence, she gave us more than we could ever have asked. She gave us her whole self. Her whole self, and Tina Turner is a gift that will always be simply the best. Angel, sing thee to thy rest. Queen, she concluded. All this stuff going on about Tina Turner, man. I mean, her documentary had left audiences craving for more encores, especially for one encore. See, I'm explaining this to y'all. HBO released a documentary like 2 years ago. It's titling Tina that shed the new light on the iconic Tina Turner. Below is excerpt from the CNN review of the documentary. Tina is that rare documentary that leaves you craving an encore. An encore as of 2 hours weren't quite enough to do. Tina Turner's life and career justice weaving into a new interview. What the 81-year-old icon, well, the footage then and now underlines the impression of Turner as a force of nature, rocking and rolling without Ike. Ike's been deceased. The documentary opens with Turner's 1981 People magazine interview, in which that she opened up about the abuse she received from her husband and musical partner Ike Turner before leaving him 5 years earlier. The film devotes roughly the first hour to that part of her story, which included the domineering Ike coming up with her stage name, born Anna Mae Bullock, without her permission. At the time, as third-party voices noted, such frank discussion of domestic abuse was unusual, and Turner's efforts to put her what's this there? Oh yeah, her efforts to put her marital split behind her by speaking out and later writing a book didn't really work out. Yet it did mark a turning point for her professionally as she teamed up with manager Roger Davies and embarked on a path that she has saw her filling arenas on. Yeah, she's been embarking on a path that saw her filling up arenas and stadiums, going from Vegas cabaret act to the international rock star that she became of. It says, "Who gave me this name?" It says, "Who gave me this name?" Katori Hall wrote, who had wrote this The Tina Turner musical. She says this in summarizing Turner's attitude toward Ike as she achieved. That's reenacted from the What's Love Got to Do with It movie. That's all reenacted. As she achieved personal and professional independence, but watch what I build with it. Directors Dan Lindsay and TJ Martin unearthed all kinds of fabulous video of the young Tina dancing with a sense of joy and power that belled the tumult and pain she endured in private. The HBO recent Bee Gees documentary, Tina, simultaneously takes the audience back in time while rekindling appreciation for the music, virtually ensuring anyone familiar with the songs will be humming a few of them. Proud Mary and I Don't Wanna Fight. In this case, days later. Yeah, HBO is like CNN, you know, that's what it says. HBO like, CNN is a unit of Warner Media. They said this stuff. Yep. That's why CNN have reached out to uh Tina Turner's representatives. Yeah, that's why they're reaching out to Tina Turner's representatives. Her family said the iconic singer died after a long illness. Tina Turner, the queen of rock and roll, has died peacefully today. That was yesterday, at the age of 83, after a long illness in her home in Kusnacht, near Zurich, Switzerland, I think. What does it says? Kusnacht, near Zurich, Switzerland. Her family had said this in a statement shared to CNN. With her, the world loses a music legend and a role model. And that's how they reached out to Turner's representatives. The tributes have poured in. The tributes pour in on social media for Tina Turner. You're simply the best. The tributes are pouring in on social media. Following the death of iconic singer Tina Turner. Urban Magic Johnson, who was an NBA legend, called her one of my favorite artists of all time. She always gave you your money's worth, the athlete said alongside a picture with Turner that dates back years. Uh, Clara has started thanking Turner for the inspiration that she gave them all. It says, for the inspiration you gave us all. Heaven has gained an angel. She wrote on Twitter with pictures of Turner performing Rest in Paradise. Tina Turner. Gloria Gaynor, who was the singer of the I Will Survive song, spoke to Turner's trailblazing career in a tribute shared on Twitter. It says, I am so very sad to hear that of the passing of Tina Turner, the iconic legend who paved the way for so many women in rock music, black and white. Gaynor had wrote this, that she did with the great dignity, and success that what very few would even have dared to her to do in her time and in that genre of music. Forrest Whitaker, she said Turner is simply the best. He said this already. He said this verbatim, like Turner is simply the best. Turner was an icon whom they have loved her voice. Well, that's all said by by Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker said this, like Tina Turner was an icon who they loved for her voice, her dancing, and her spirit. He mentioned this on Twitter that as they honored her, they also had to reflect on her resilience and think about all the greatness that can follow their darkest days. Thank you for the gifts that sharing the gifts with them. For that's what he means. What else did he mean that Tina Turner was an icon whom we loved for her voice, her dancing, and her spirit? He said this like as we honored her, let's also reflect on her resilience and think about all the greatness that can follow our darkest days. Thank you for sharing your gifts with us, Tina. You're simply the best. Okay. There's Kelly Rowland. She had expressed her love for Tina Turner. Thank you, Queen, for giving us your all. She captioned this like a post featuring the photos of Turner. Like, we love you. We love you. Mick Jagger called Turner his wonderful friend and sharing the pictures on Twitter of the two performing together. I am so saddened by the passing of my wonderful friend, Tina Turner. She was truly an enormously talented performer and singer. She was inspiring, warm, funny, and generous. She helped me so much when I was young. I will never forget her. Erica Badu shared news of Turner's passing yesterday on her Instagram account. Cultural icon down safe journey anime bullock. Badu wrote addressing Turner by her birth name. You were here. Mariah Carey called Turner an incredible performer, musician, and trailblazer. The words legendary, iconic, diva, and superstar are often overused, and yet Tina Turner embodies them all and so many more. An incredible performer, musician, and trailblazer. Carey said on Twitter, to me, she will always be a survivor and an inspiration to women everywhere. Her music will continue to inspire generations to come. Rest in peace, Queen. So I'm gonna go turn my lash on what that actually fuck. The White House calls Tina Turner's death a massive loss. Yep, massive. Put massive there twice. The White House calls the death of Tina Turner a massive loss on Wednesday. That's yesterday. After learning the rock singer's passing, Tina Turner was an icon, a music icon who had many stages, many amazing moments in her career. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said that very sad to hear the news. I was a huge fan of Tina Turner. As you can see from my reaction, that is the first I'm hearing of it. And it is a massive loss. Massive loss. That's twice. To the communities that loved her. That's twice. So you said that. Certainly to the music industry. Jean-Pierre added that Turner's music will continue to live on and expressed condolences for her family and friends. President Joe Biden has expressed his love previously for Turner's song "The Best" and included it on a summer listening what was it what summer listening in 2016. Yeah, in 2016, yes. In an interview in 2020, he said simply "The Best" was his favorite backstage or walkout song, and that it reminds him of his wife, his wife Jill. His wife Jill. Yep, that could be his first lady. That's done. They're saying that how Tina Turner overcame an abusive marriage to become one of the most popular artists of all time. That was from 75. That was from like 1975. There's enough going on. I hate doing this. I'm turning this into a 2-hour fucking documentary right now. As Tina Turner has stated in her autobiography, was it? Oh yeah, her autobiography. And in interviews, physical abuse from her husband Ike Turner had began almost from the start of their marriage in 1962. In 1962, thin-skinned and mercurial like Ike Turner. Let me read this. Let me start over. Thin-skinned and mercurial Ike Turner would fly into fits of rage at the slightest provocation. She said, adding that he would hit her with whatever was available: coat hangers, telephones, a wooden shoe stretcher, his fists. Often she said he'd even beat her before they went on stage. She says he hit me in the ribs and then always tried to give me a black eye. He wanted his abuse to be seen. That was the shameful part. The shameful part, Turner said in a 2005 interview with Oprah Winfrey. Tina sang most on their songs with the help of female backup singers while her husband remained in the background, usually on guitar. Their musical partnership yielded a string of R&B hits, including A Fool in Love, Nut Bush, City Limits, and Proud Mary. Their 1971 cover of a Creedence Clearwater Revival song, a CCR song, which reached like number 4 on the pop charts and then won them a Grammy. But offstage, their marriage remained tumultuous, fueled in part by Ike Turner's cocaine addiction. Another night we had a fight in the dressing room. That's what it says. Another night we had a fight in the dressing room, and when I went on stage, my face was swollen. She told Winfrey that I think my nose was broken because blood was gushing into my mouth. When I sang before, I'd been able to hide under makeup, but you can't hide the swelling. She stuck with Ike Turner for more than a decade, terrified of his temper and determined not to abandon him like others had. But things came to a head in July of Texas for a show, where they flew to Dallas, Texas for a show that Turner had. That after a flight on the airplane, her husband began hitting her in a car on the way to their hotel while he slipped out of their room. Carrying only a mobile credit card and 36 cents, a quarter, a dime, and a penny. She fled across a busy highway to a motel where a sympathetic clerk saw her bloody face and gave her a room. She then called a lawyer she knew, who arranged for a friend to pick her up and put her on an airplane back to LA. After my plane landed in California, my heart was in my ears. I was afraid Ike would be there because when I'd left once before, he tracked me down on the bus. She told Oprah. So when I got off that plane, I ran like mad. I said to myself, if he's here, I'm going to scream for the police. And I had one chant in my head, I will die before I go back. Yep, look at Tina Turner. Look at the life of the queen of rock and roll. That's all came through. She was a dynamic rock and soul singer who rose from humble beginnings and overcame a notoriously abusive marriage to become one of the most popular female artists of all time. Yeah, I looked at this shit already. She was born Anna Mae Bullock in 1939 to poor sharecroppers in near Nutbush, Tennessee, a rural community north of Memphis that she later made famous in her autobiographical song Nutbush City Limits. Yeah, that's an autobiographical song that she had done. She spent early years living with her grandmother after her parents had split. We weren't in poverty. We had food on the table. We just didn't have fancy things like bicycles. Turner said in a 2005 interview with Oprah Winfrey. We were church people, so on Easter, we got all done up. I was very innocent and didn't know much else. I knew the radio, BB King, country and western. Turner said this. That's about it. I didn't know anything about being a star until the white people allowed us to come down and watch their television once a week. Following the death of their grandmother in the 1950s, Turner and her sister Ruby moved to St. Louis, Missouri to live with their mother. It was in St. Louis that she began to visit some of the local clubs and met musician Ike Turner, whose band Kings of Rhythm were popular in the area. He recruited her at the age of 17 to join his band as a singer. Ike had to come to the house and ask Ma if it was okay for me to sing with him. He knew I had the potential to be a star. We were close, like brother and sister. Turner told Winfrey that she began performing as Tina Turner, and in 1960 they formed the Review, the Ike and Tina Turner Review. The relationship evolved. Their son Ronnie was even born that same year. They married in 1962. In 1962, they had married and tied the knot and raised four children, including two children from Ike's previous relationships and Tina's son Craig from a previous relationship. A riveting live performer, Turner had a string of the R&B hits in the 1960s and the early 70s, with her domineering and violent husband Ike Turner before she left him after fleeing their Dallas hotel room with 36 cents, a quarter and a dime and a penny. Her solo career floundered for years before she mounted a stunning comeback in 1984 with her multi-platinum album Private Dancer and its number one hit What's Love Got to Do with It. Before long, Turner was a global superstar commanding MTV with her spiky wigs, short skirts, and famously long legs, strutting across concert stages in 3-inch heels. 3-inch heels. Her talent earned her acclaim as a queen of rock and roll. That's what he deeming her as, the queen of rock and roll. Her resiliency made her a hero to battered women everywhere. When she sang of pain and heartache in her husky, full-throated voice, every word rang true. For a long time, I felt I was stuck with no way out of the unhealthy situation I was in, she told Harvard Business Review in 2021. But then I had a series of encounters with different people who encouraged me, and once I could see myself clearly, I began to change, opening the way to confidence and courage. It took a few years, but finally I was able to stand up for my life and start anew. Read more about Turner's extraordinary life. Yeah, I know. Damn, it's all over the fucking place. Shit, it's all over the place. It's about to suck. Tina Turner, the dynamic rock and roll singer. Not forgot. Yeah, it's all there. See, Tina Turner, the dynamic rock and soul singer who rose from humble beginnings and overcame a notoriously abusive marriage to become one of the most popular female artists of all time, has died, according to a post on her verified Facebook account. She was 83. It is with great sadness we announce the passing of Tina Turner with her music and boundless passion for life. She enchanted millions of fans around the world. She inspired the stars of tomorrow. Today we say goodbye to a dear friend who leaves us. All her greatest work, her music, all our heartfelt compassion goes out to her family. Tina, we miss you dearly. Yeah, they reached out. Yeah, they reached out to representatives for that comment and for the comment she ever. CNN already reached them. They tried to reach them for further comment. Yeah, they honoring this already. A Barbie doll. They have honored that Barbie doll. Look at this. They honored her with a Barbie doll that was inspired by the What's Love Got to Do with It movie. It's inspired by this What's Love Got to Do with It movie. It was last year. Last year, they immortalized Tina Turner with a Barbie doll in her honor that came from the movie or the song. The doll was inspired by Turner's Grammy winning hit What's Love Got to Do with It. The Barbie depicts Turner's outfit from the song's music video, wearing a black mini dress, denim jacket, and drop earrings, along with her famous hairstyle. It was designed to celebrate the singer's unmatched career, according to an Instagram post from the official Barbie account. What's Love Got to Do with It was released 39 years ago. The song, taken from Turner's fifth solo album, received 3 awards at the 1985 Grammys, and she was also inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2012. This is when Tina, 2 years ago, she already sold her rights to her music catalog to BMG, a music publishing company. That's what she did sell. She sold her rights to her music catalog, spanning 6 decades, including the songs like What's Love Got to Do with It, and the best. She sold it to BMG, a music publishing company that she had to sell her music catalog to the music she had did, or her music catalog. That's why she sold it to BMG. It was have to be a music publishing company. See, Turner had also sold the share of her recordings, music publishing, writers share, you know, the everything she got. The share of her recordings, her music publishings, writer share, neighboring rights in name, image, and likeness as a part of the deal, according to BMG, which did not disclose the financial which it did not do. It did not disclose the financial terms, which the industry experts have been estimating the deal was worth more than $50 million. Specialist publication for music business worldwide reported that Tina's musical journey has inspired hundreds of millions of people around the world and continues to reach new audiences. We are honored to take on the job of managing Tina Turner's musical and commercial interests. Hartwig Masuch, who was a chief executive officer of BMG, said this in a statement. It is a responsibility we take seriously and will pursue diligently. Turner was the first black artist and the first female artist to feature on the cover of Rolling Stone. BMG said BMG said that her soul works including 10 albums, 2 live albums, 2 soundtracks, and 5 compilations, which in total have sold more than 100 million records. Like any artist, the protection of my life's work, my musical inheritance is something personal. Something personal. Turner has said this in a statement that I am confident that with BMG and Warner Music, my work is in professional and reliable hands. That's enough for me. It is enough for me. That's over an hour I had to do all this shit. Yeah, that's all it for this. See, it's fucking. See, that cost me a break my goddamn hiatus. Fuck. I'm about to be going on back to doing a live show. Starting on the 27th on Saturday, and I'm already stuck in the middle of this shit. I'm broke the goddamn hiatus already. Okay, about to end this anyway. I'm gonna see y'all on Saturday, on Saturday morning, um, with the birthday celebration of Lisa Lepti Lopez of TLC. Uh, and this live stream is dedicated to Sheldon Maurice Reynolds, who is known for his work in Earth, Wind and Fire and the Commodores. Born in 1959, died in 2023. Hold on. Yep. Let me start back up because I don't want to mess all this up. This live show is dedicated into the memories of Sheldon Maurice. I forgot the word name. It goes out dedicated into the memory of Sheldon Maurice Reynolds, born in 1959 and died this year. That's previous Tuesday. And Anna Mae Bullock, who's also known in the music business as Tina Turner, born in 1939 and died this year. That's that's yesterday. Rest in peace to Sheldon Maurice Reynolds and Anna Mae Bullock. Hope their legacies will live on anyway, because they may be gone, but they will not be forgotten. You know, rest in peace to them both. We'll see you on the 27th.